Happy Monday. It's Joe, and it's time for our Pikkit with Joe. We have Game 3 between the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricanes tonight, and this game is going to be absolutely insane out there on the ice. Now, the Florida Panthers able to steal both wins in Carolina, and to say steal sounds like an understatement of how well the Florida Panthers have played. I did expect them to at least win one of those games in Carolina, but winning those two was brilliant. Both those games being pushed to overtime. We know that first game went to the fourth overtime with Matthew Tkachuk scoring the goal. And the second game, Matthew Tkachuk again getting that overtime goal. Now, I'm excited for tonight's one. We have them back at home. They're minus 115 there, right around there on the money line, minus 105 for the Carolina Hurricanes. And a lot of people expecting Carolina to bounce back in this. Florida is just absolutely outplaying them. They won game 1 3-2. That was that overtime one. And game 2, it was an overtime win as well, 2-1. So coming into this, we look at a couple of stats. That face-off stat. Carolina actually was able to dominate those face-offs in the last game as well. 56.3% of the face-offs they did win. They were not able to convert on any of the power play opportunities that the Florida Panthers gave them. They had 3 opportunities, unable to get anything done. It's because Bobrovsky is absolutely standing on his head. And it's not like he's taking limited shots here. Bobrovsky's getting tons of shots on him. Carolina put up 38 shots on him in that last game. Only 2 of those were in OT. So in regulation, Carolina had 36 shots on Bobrovsky. Now, Bobrovsky's number tonight coming in at 30.5 to the over at minus 118, and I'm absolutely riding his save shots on goal tonight. I do think this is a great opportunity to hit Bobrovsky here to go over this number. He is pivotal here for the Florida Panthers to be able to pull off winning game 3 here as well, and I think they do. Minus 115 for a team that, yes, they've had to go to overtime in these 2 games to get the wins, but they won in Carolina. The home ice advantage is strong here. I also don't like what Carolina is doing with their goalie situation. We had Anderson in for game 1, and I thought he did a really solid job. Now, Ranta was injured, so he came back. We saw him in game 2. I don't think we should have gone with Ranta. I was kind of in a toss-up before I went live on Sports Grid for that game, because I did think with Frederik Andersen, we could see adjustments and he could get them that win there. But then they threw Ranta in, and I was just like, no, there's no way. It's the Florida Panthers or no one for me on a side. And it looks like it's going to be Ranta again. So I do think it's the Florida Panthers for me for that win at minus 115. I just can't go against this team. They're playing absolutely elite hockey. I really do think they take this series. Now, Carolina can still get back in it. We know we saw this between the Rangers and the Devils, one team getting back in after being down 2 games. It's not out of the picture. But I do think the Florida Panthers are the stronger and deeper team. And yes, Carolina has been solid defensively. They've been getting limiting the shots of the Florida Panthers in that last game. We only saw 22 shots in regulation out of the Florida Panthers, but they're high danger shots, 4 shots in OT to score them that win. So it's been really interesting what we've seen out of there on the ice. Larry, I hear you. That first period, trying to pull up your comment. That first period under, but Carolina, absolutely. And I was riding actually in that last game, and I was super frustrated. I was riding the over 1.5 in that first period. Florida got a goal taken away in the first period, and so did Carolina. So it kind of killed my bet there with both those teams getting goal taken off the board. Carolina did come out strong in that first period. And Larry, I think if there's a way you're going to take this, I think we could see again where Carolina did in that last game. They got that goal up nice and early in that first period on Bobrovsky, and then things settled down. We saw the same thing yesterday with Adin Hill. Dallas Stars driving down at Adin Hill, just kind of unprepared in that first couple of minutes for that huge fire, the stress and the nerves of these goalies, and that's when one instantly pops in. So I do think we could see that out of the Carolina Hurricanes again. They're going to come desperate in this one. We know they're firing away. They've got to find a way past Bobrovsky. So I do think they come out with that firepower in this game. So first period, I'd lean on Carolina. Really, their backs are against the wall. Well, it's not elimination. I kept saying today, this is game 4. And in my mind, we've already played this out. Florida's already won, and we're moving on to game 4. And then Carolina's backs against the wall. It just feels like we're already at that point, you guys. It's do or die, really, for Carolina. They can't go down another game, but I probably think they do in this one. I'm willing to back my money on the Florida Panthers. I'm willing to take this one to overtime again because I do think it's going to be that tight. This one going to overtime tonight is plus 350. And then Carolina in the first period on that money line. I think they get it done in the first period. This could be scoreless in the first period, or we could see 3 goals. I do think this is going to be an insane game there, out there on the ice. Now, both of these games have gone under that total in this series. And I do think this is an under series overall, just because of how Bobrovsky's doing. But I don't hate the Florida Panthers team total. That's at 2.5. You're going to have to lay juice at minus 150. So it'd be a nice parlay piece, but I do see 3 goals out of the Florida Panthers. I think this is a 3-1 or a 3-2 game here for the Florida Panthers. So I am taking them for the win. Looking at a couple other things that we can look at here. That overtime, is plus 220 tonight. Now, Brent Burns here for the Carolina Hurricanes. He was held off the board for points in the last game, and he's pretty solid at getting the points. He's really good at getting assists on the board. So looking at his points prop tonight, over half a point. So for an anytime point is minus 125. If you think he'll get that assist, you're going to flip that to plus 125 for the assist. And that's the way I think he would get the point if he gets it tonight, Brent Burns. So Brent Burns coming in with 42 assists on the season, 18 goals, 60 points. So I do think he's someone to look at. Sebastian Aho was held very limited to his shots in the last one, able to get a goal, but only able to get 2 shots on goal. Now, for Florida, Montour, we know how strong Montour has been for the Florida Panthers, and it's crazy looking at the props on the ice tonight. You're laying so much juice for these guys. Even Montour for his point is minus 142. I do think that comes in. I think Montour is due, and I hate using that word due for a goal, but we look at the last game. He had, I believe it was 6 shots on goal, just trying to look here at his stats. He just dominated getting these shots on goal in the last game. So I do think it is about time that he finds the back of Ranta's net here. Now, Matthew Tkachuk, he also had 4 shots on goal in that last game, and I do think he continues with that firepower. You can get him over 3.5 shots, which I'm kind of leery. Over 3.5 shots for Matthew Tkachuk is actually getting us plus money because he's been getting more high danger shots equaling those goals, and he has been normally getting those shots on goal, but did have 4 shots in the last game. Yes, overtime was a factor within that number as well. So I really do like Matthew Tkachuk more so for that anytime goal. You're going to get plus money there. And Barkov, he's been so phenomenal. He had 3 shots in the last game. Barkov also had a goal. So he got that 1 point. We also saw in the game before, he got a goal and an assist. So he had 2 points, 3 shots on goal. He's been steadily getting 3 shots on goal for the last 3 games. He did have 6 versus that second to last Maple Leafs game, but he's been getting on the point board versus the Carolina Hurricanes in those last 2 games here with 2 and 1. He stayed off the point board with the Leafs. So nice to see him getting back in it. We did get Sam Reinhart for that anytime goal as well. Yeah, lower shots for sure. 2+ shots, Kane first period plus 0.5. And the over 1.5 in the first period. Larry, I don't hate it. Are you going to parlay that together, or are you just playing all of those straight up? Because either way, you're going to make some really good money. So, you guys, that's what I'm looking at on the ice. This whole series, you guys, each and every game, you don't even have to be here to know it. I am betting to overtime. We've cashed twice already. Both times we were over plus 350. The books have lowered it now to plus 320 tonight. Kind of bummed about that, but Matthew Tkachuk, Barkov, Brent Burns, Aho, there's those normal guys to target, but you're also going to look at Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky is playing elite hockey. Over 30.5 save shots on goal. The Florida Panthers to walk away with another win. I think that first period, though, goes to the Carolina Hurricanes. So the Carolina Hurricanes on the money line in that first period. You guys, there's so much going on today. If you haven't, headed on over to SportsGrid and checked out my prop video on the NBA game tonight with the Lakers taking on the Denver Nuggets in a game where they need to stay alive. Check it out. I've got three prop bets for three guys that I think are going to get hit nicely on their shots from beyond the arc, and we're going to fire some of those up. So head on over to SportsGrid to check that one out, you guys. You don't want to miss out. So much going on, so make sure you subscribe over there. You guys have a great day. Keep smiling. Let's make some freaking money on the ice today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye, guys.